All right, Shawnee here from Fast Haul Diving Services, your favorite diver from down under. And we're going to be assessing this prop for a customer. He's called me up. He's on a trip heading to Tasmania, and he wants to know if this key is going to last the trip. There's a bit of play in there. He's got a bit of soft material. He can whip one up if it's completely no good. Apparently it's a custom size that he's unable to get his hands on right at this moment. So we're going to go ahead and disassemble it, and I'll pass it up to him, let him inspect it, and then he's going to decide whether or not he wants it to go back in and continue on, or he's going to try to make one out of some brass material that he's got on board. So I've come out to his boat to do this project for him. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just sort of clean up the work area here, have a little closer look, and get to pulling that prop off so we can have a look at the key. So we got that all cleaned up, and under inspection the crown nut is revealed to have had a bunch of epoxy, or JB Weld, or looks like two-part marine epoxy that's been mixed together and puttied over the whole assembly. So that needs to all be chipped out little bit by little bit until I can expose that cotter pin and remove the cotter pin. So it's quite brittle, the material, so it does chip out all right, and it doesn't really serve any good function other than making the surface work difficult. There's no way that it was going to come off anyway. So I've got that all cleaned up, got the cotter pin exposed, it's unmoused, and we're going to pull that pin here. So it took quite a while to get to this point. Really tedious, just working it slow, trying to get it freed up. That epoxy was just jammed in everywhere. And you can't tell in this video, but where the boat was laying, it's in a channel that has got quite a bit of current going. And once the owner heard the clunk, he's lost his prop before. He was really worried about losing it again, so that's why he just laid it right there and got me to come out and make sure that he wasn't going to lose his prop again. So now we're going to move on to the part about pulling this prop and exposing that key and keyway so we can see what's going on. A few little jellyfishes floating past there. Drop that in the work bag and press that prop off, and now we've got it to the point where I've ready to pull out that key. I've got it in my hand. I'm going to take it to the surface and let the owner make the call. If he wants to keep going or he wants to stay there while we get him a new key. And he's had a look, and it's a stainless key. He wanted that put back in. It was a bit worn. So I'm able to flip it to get it a little bit tighter than what it was when he's engaging. I'll put that whole assembly back together. And then I'll be able to show him exactly how much play is at the prop, because he does have some play going into his transmission. So we'll get this all snugged and tightened and lined up to accept that pin. I'm going to set the pin, and the pin's all set. So he's got that blocked up in there, and you can see there's some shaft, quite a bit of shaft play there. And here we go, I'm holding that nut and that right there. So that few degrees is the play at the prop from that pin. So the owner feels much better that he doesn't feel it's going to let him down. It's going to be a bit clunky. He'll take it nice and easy, and when he gets to his destination, he'll get the whole thing sorted out, get rid of all the play, and that's going to wrap the job up for today. And another customer that can feel at ease as he heads on his journey.